I told him, I said, hey, look, if you want to grow your profit, you got to spend more money. And it didn't make any sense at first. So let me explain. So, hey, it's Ed O'Keefe. Welcome to the Ed O'Keefe Show. Today, I'm going to talk to you exactly through the numbers of how to grow your profit by actually spending more money and when you should be spending more money and how to do it to attract a lot more clients, customers, or patients into your business. Okay. So I was on a consult call yesterday, and the CEO and the marketing director, they're sitting there and they're telling me how they're going to cut back all the costs and expenses into marketing. And I said, well, let me break this down a little bit. I said, give me what the expenses are. Just bring them to me. Now, this is a high ticket business. They sell over $50,000 coaching packages. So one, two, three, four. I mean, you got a decent business. You got a decent business right there. You got $1 million, $1.2 million front end revenue off 2 new clients a month, right? I don't totally love that business model. I'll tell you why in a different video, or maybe a little bit later in this video. But one of the reasons why it's really, really important to understand your numbers here is that obviously they weren't happy with the number of new clients they got in the past 12 months. I don't blame them. I fully agree with them, okay? But when they started looking at their costs, I said, let's break it out for me. And so between the director of marketing and the lead media buyer, their total expenses were about $156,000, right? And then I said, well, what's the ad spend on that? And they're like, well, 85,000. And, maybe a little bit, give or take. Full disclosure, like it could be a little higher, it could be a little lower. Who knows what it was? But these are the numbers they gave me, right? And I said, okay, well, how many clients did we get last, or how many leads did we get, and then how many clients did we get? And so they started breaking it down for me. Where's my pen? And so I'll just give you a ballpark. So like say 1,000 leads came in off that $85,000 ad spend. So you're looking at like $85 a lead. But when you lump in the marketing director and you lump in the chief media buyer, it starts getting really high per lead, more like $330 per lead. So you see where I'm going with on this? That is a little bit high, right? And I said, well, how many clients did we get? And they're like, well, we got, 44 sales and total revenues around 2.86 million. And I said, okay, so we're concerned. We're getting a 4.4% conversion rate. Our cost per sale, yeah, that's a little high. But if we're selling something for $60,000 and our cost per sale is like $6,000, we're not too far off here, guys. We're not too far off. And so, in fact, I think the thing that I said when I looked at these numbers, and I'm not going to lay it out to you on a board. I guess I could, but for this example today is what I would do is instead of spending $85,000, I'd spend, what's 3 times 80, 85? That's 24, 32. That's like, 335,000. And so now what happens there is your marketing expense, your team expense stays static. But now we just bumped up because we have this conversion rate, we have this cost per lead. And so your overall cost per lead, guess what? Is going to go dramatically down because you tripled the price of your advertising, but you didn't triple the price of your staff. So the correlation is now your staff is only 20 to 30% of your total marketing budget in the marketing department, okay? Now, to put this in an even better perspective, okay, sticking with me, a better perspective is that is front-end revenue. That is the first year these people are clients, right? This doesn't even count year 2, year 3, year 4, which we already have clients from the past that are on those memberships, right? So that's front end. And so I think what I did the math before I jumped on this was you're looking at like a 12% overall expense on your advertising and marketing side. That is not bad. I mean, you can run a super profitable business that way. And like I said, I think you can leverage the media spend and they could diversify that. I can go in that on a different video, but that wasn't the point of that. The point is to say, look, a lot of times in your business, like if you want to do content, like so I'm doing content right now for you, but I'm investing money into my content team. And then there will be a small budget for advertising. And so all of those pieces have to be considered as investments. Now, what I love about utilizing YouTube now and building your personal brand, utilizing YouTube to grow your business, is that the better you do at putting out really high quality content, the content becomes a leverage point that can then go out to 1,000 people, 2,000 people, 3,000 people, 50,000 people. And as you create better content for your specific audience that sells, you actually start creating a flywheel effect. And I was thinking about this yesterday. Let me ramble for just 1 second, if you can hang with me. Is that I love speaking on stages, right? Like I love being with people. I love people. I like talking. I like helping, all that stuff. I love being on stages. But check this out, right? So last week I spoke at a live event, generated 9 interested potential buyers. Like people that are like, Ed, I want to work with you, blah, 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 blah. And so that's cool, right? Small group, probably 35 people, I'll get 9 buyers. That's a pretty good ratio. I was a little rushed, so I had to leave a little earlier, blah, blah, blah. It's all good. But think about this. As you grow your own platform through social media, and as you structure your content that inspires, that sells, that attracts your ideal client to you, as you do that, then the same amount of effort that I could put into a 15-minute talk, like right here in the comfort of my own home, just had lunch with my wife, and I have, I'm going to coach volleyball today. I'm going to get a workout in. I'm going to spend time with watch my little 9-year-old play soccer. I mean, those are 4 things that if I was traveling to California or Texas or doing that stuff with, I would be totally missing out on, right? I wouldn't have that, No one would let my dogs out. That's kind of a joke, but it's kind of true as well. It's like, your wife comes home with dogs one day and all of a sudden you have these dogs and I got to silence that. All of a sudden you have all these dogs and then next thing you know, your kids forget that they actually exist in the household. Anyhow, really simple. So what's the big lesson here? The big lesson is when you look at your business, there's a certain amount of money you're spending, whether it's overhead, whether it's staff, whether it's in products, that you want to look at where's our leverage and accelerators. I've always bought media. It's something I've done for the last 20-something years. By using content like I'm doing right now as a strategic vehicle to put on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, using that as a mechanism tool, the same way I was using media spend before. This is for my own personal brand, by the way. You could do this for your own. I'm kind of sharing my thought process so you could steal my thought process, apply where it makes sense. Now, as we come out with offers that we test to our audiences, we're going to run ads to them. YouTube ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads. You get the idea, right? Twitter ads. And then as they become profitable, well, I could run a 300% return on ad spend ad, but if I'm only spending $100 and I'm making 300 and I only spend that in a week, well, that doesn't pay for my Starbucks bill, right? However, if that's daily and I'm acquiring customers at that, well, now we're super profitable acquiring customers. So instead of keeping that at 100 and making 300, what I want to do is bump that up to 150. And then after a few days, we bump that up to 200. And if we're able to keep maintaining some growth, you don't have to be at a 3-to-1 growth to keep spending money. Now, this is counterintuitive, so stick with me for one more second. If I could spend $300 and make $500, I would rather do that than spend 100 and make 300. Or even if I could spend $500 and make 650, it's the net profit's less, but stick with me. I'd rather spend 650 and make 700 than spend 100 and make 300. Now, when you're first starting, you may need to make all that profit as cash flow to fund your business.
It's 12 o'clock.
Right? But here's what you need to know. As we start growing and you build out your second offer or your high ticket offer, all of a sudden we want more bodies coming through your business because you're going to be able to grow much, much, much faster with the more interested customers, clients, or patients that come in through your door. And by trying to do it the slow way, which by the way, it's the same thing. By trying to do it the slow way, you don't get enough data moving through your system. Does that make sense? You're like hoping one person comes in. You're hoping to get a couple leads. No, man, we want to push in as many leads as we can that our business can handle than trying to do it really slow. And so the one business that I'm helping with, I just said to him, I'm like, look, it's chaotic economic times. You need to be getting 4 times the amount of leads in order to even maintain what you did a year ago, right? So now if I get 4, but then if we can get that many lead flows through, guess what? Now we just improve conversion rate a little bit, do a little bit more of this, do a little more content, do a little more podcasts that sell, like you do some 1-day power days so people get to experience my client, do some live Zooms so they get to experience my client. You see what I mean? Like now you have more options and there's more juice when you squeeze, like there's more payoff for you when you do it. So anyhow, hey, really quick, my team told me that only about 92% of the people who watch my videos do not subscribe. And we're investing a lot of time, effort, and energy to put into this channel to make it one of the most effective channels and one of the best channels that you like to frequently come and learn from me. So do me a favor, take 2 seconds, go ahead and click subscribe. And if you know somebody that's an entrepreneur, high ticket coach, consultant, client, or someone that could benefit from our channel, just share it with them. So this guy tries to make sense. He rambles a little bit. He's got a lot of kids, and sometimes you might get a nugget or two. That's number one. Number two is if you haven't taken my 7-day free course at my my website, Ed O'Keefe Live, just join me over there. It's really simple, really easy, a lot of fun. Some of my best stuff given away for free. 7-day challenge, transform your business, your body, and your personal brand while growing your personal brand. It's very, very important that we focus on all 3 of those things. So that's it. You're awesome. I'm in your corner. I'm rooting for you. I want you to win big. Okay? Leave a comment, like, share it, and it means the world to me. All right? Have an amazing day. Talk soon. Bye.